So yeah, we're friends with the Opster, I guess, huh?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So kind of lying under all of this is that David Collins just like left.
Yep.
Huh.
Gone.
Do you think we'll ever, as mysteriously as he arrived?
I don't think he liked what he saw.
Yeah, I couldn't. It really seemed like he didn't want to do the show. I don't know. But I love him. I thought he was hilarious. That little at the end where he's like, "I really gotta watch this Matt Rife special."
I don't think he knew he was still on the fucking thing.
But I think he did. I think he's a genius.
He might be. Either way,
I think he's very funny.
I believe it either way.
Well,
either way.
All right, so let's switch gears here.
Yeah.
I almost forgot this. So I want to get into this Joe Rogan episode.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys will be on board with me on this one, but I just found this very funny. Where we were driving around for Thanksgiving, whatever me and the skirt were listening to ends, and the Joe Rogan Experience comes on, and it's an episode with Joe and The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and they're talking about this workout they did. So we saw pictures on Instagram. I think we might have even mentioned it last week, but I hadn't heard this episode yet. So the guys, it's Rogan, Duncan Trussell, Shane Gillis, Tony Hinchcliffe, and Brian Simpson working out with The Rock in Austin.
Correct.
And I saw that and I thought, oh, that's like kind of funny. I'm sure they were just like fucking around a little bit in the gym, whatever. The seriousness with which these two guys talk about this workout, it has the makings of a Disney movie. Like this ragtag group of comics, I think is going to be the underdog story of the year. Because the way they talk about this workout, it's inspirational.
Truly is, and I'm a big fan of The Rock. People pointed out that he lied a bunch in this. I'm sure he probably
did he?
Did. Apparently, just his timeline was probably off, talking about, going to fight for oh man, what was that other promotion? When you were saying he was talking to Ken Shamrock about going to fight.
I didn't get that. I got like 15 minutes in. They were talking about motivation and working out, and I checked out.
I'm watching the whole thing. I watched the entire thing. I'm like, all right, Joe Rogan's gonna be like, dude, what was it like being the fucking Rock? And it just like barely came.
This is what. So we basically changed it because Al was like, "Am I crazy or is this really boring?"
It was super fucking boring.
Is it just them talking about Then I worked my tries on Tuesday.
Yeah, the best part of the podcast was The Rock talking about how funny Shane Gillis was, and then Rogan going, "Yeah, Shane Gillis just kept going. That's the fucking Rock over there."
Really, the energy that I felt is like The Rock is like, "Listen, I've risen to superstardom. I'm legitimately one of the most famous people on the planet. It was nice to be called gay as hell for an afternoon. It was nice to have that bring me down to earth."
I also found it hard to believe that The Rock had never done a cold plunge before.
Well, let's hear a little bit about this ragtag group of ne'er-do-wells that inspired these two so much.
Nope, we're good. We're good.
All right. What's happening?
Oh, man.
How fun was that?
Oh, that was a blast.
We had a good day.
Dude, that was 3 hours.
Yeah, we got Shane Gillis, Brian Simpson, Ehsan Ahmad, Tony Hinchcliffe, Duncan Trussell, you and me. We had a fucking banging workout.
If it was Hassan Minaj, I never would have believed this story, by the way.
It would have been the biggest lie of all time.
Oh, sure you did, Joe.
Liar.
We did the cold plunge. We did the whole experience.
We did the sauna again.
Yeah. The cold plunge again. I did it
cold
twice.
plunge, man.
Yeah.
That was great. And I love what you're doing down here, by the way, with the boys.
Yeah.
Getting them down here, giving them this opportunity.
This is the energy I'm talking about, where I think in The Rock's mind, these are like special needs children that Joe has taken in under his wing.
It was Shane Gillis. That's the common trope with him.
I love what you're doing with the boys down here. It's really inspirational.
I love what you're doing with the little fellas.
like, hey, this year they're not going to do much. Next year, I think we're making states with these guys. This is a squad that could get to regionals if you keep this tutelage up, Joe.
This is when I need The Rock to come back and then not talk about this shit. Just get into his wrestling stuff, please.
Let's keep going.
to get after it, not only in their craft, but also getting in shape.
Yeah,
And
there's
those guys are really
two
getting in
dudes with
shape.
diabetes today. They just don't work out.
Yeah, so I'll give it to Rogan because like he does try to keep it a little lighter at first, and I think he gets sucked into this like inspirational talk. The Rock was truly inspired by watching fucking Shane Gillis plank, I guess.
Yeah, it's like they almost forgot the cameras were on.
He can't get over it. He's amazed by this.
But we're doing it now. This is the third week.
Yeah.
And we've been talking about it forever. But when Shane moved to town, he's like, dude, I gotta get in shape. I gotta do something. I go, listen, let's start on Monday.
That's the first one there.
All right, what's next?
Next we have Thanks Joe.
Well, this is like the way I can't. I'm not going to do a good job explaining this segment or walking you guys through it. Either you're going to get what I'm talking about or you don't, just by listening to the energy coming out of The Rock here.
Great way. But I like working out with those guys. You feel it.
Yeah.
You feel their desire. And none of them quit. None of them
No, they hung in there.
pushed out. They were there.
They hung in there through the sauna. They hung in there through the cold plunge, everything. Yeah. It's just, they want to do it. It's, sometimes people just need a little help. They're not used to doing it. They know they want to get in shape, but they don't know how.
That's right. They don't know how to take that first step, and they just need a little bit of help, especially if it's different with you. And luckily for me too, where we grew up in that environment where it pushes us and it's what we do and it's part of our DNA. But you get to, and all those guys, it's really cool. They look to you for the show me the way, and they do it.
Tony Hinchcliffe looking over longingly. What do I do, Papa Joe?
Come on, Joe.
Well, here's a hammer curl, Tony. Here's how you do it properly.
To just imagine like going to the gym you're usually at and The Rock shows up. Like, fuck, I can't lift anything.
The Rock and Joe Rogan, mind you.
Yeah, well, Rogan kind of is what it sounds like he's been training them, but if he,
I assume, I don't think this is, an anytime fitness. I'm assuming Rogan has something built in his studio.
It's in his studio. But just imagine, like, all right, yeah, we're going into workout like we do every day, and The Rock is there.
The Rock might start just going to gyms to watch everyday schlubs and get inspired. He loves it.
That would be unbelievable.
He's like, oh man, the look on their faces.
Every day I just thank God that I'm here and I can teach people how to do these roads.
When I see Duncan Trussell high on shrooms doing upside down crunches.
Yeah, the Trump speed dating guys doing planks.
Well, they realize once they've done it a few times, they walk out here, they feel so good. They feel so like I get text message from each one of them. They're like, oh, I feel fucking great.
That can't be true, right? They're all texting him immediately. Joe, thank you.
I appreciate everything you've ever done for me.
My God, the elliptical changed my life. not promoting my special and helping me get insanely wealthy. And you invited me down here to Austin, which is a new hub of comedy. No. It's that you threw me into a really chilly pool. Thank you so much, Joe.
Here's more The Boys.
the boy. The Rock loves The Boys.
Special needs.
One better, and then slowly we're gonna ramp things up. So this is week 3. Today was the hardest day, but it was just when you were here, I was like, we gotta go hard. The Rock's here. We gotta go hard.
We lit it up. We lit it up.
But they hung in there, and everybody walked out with a big smile on their face. We all had a great time.
They worked out with The Rock.
It's being portrayed as if like Gillis raised his hand at one. Is this our inspirational speaker for the day?
Well, that's how it kind of sounds like.
I like him from Wessling. These aren't children. These are 35, 40-year-old men.
I actually meant to listen to the latest Matt and Shane after this because he notoriously talks so much shit about The Rock all the time.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he's joking, but I just want to hear him backtrack.
Sure.
I told some of the boys this. Like, I miss that kind of stuff.
While I was giving Ehsan Ahmad a noogie, I was telling Tony.
You guys can't lift this.
I was giving Tony a few roast joke ideas. Rewind. I want to hear that again. While I was telling the boys this.
I go hard.
We lit it up. We lit it up.
But they hung in there, and everybody walked out with a big smile on their face. We all had a great time.
It was so good, man.
Yeah,
it was so good. And I've told some of the boys this. Like I missed that.
I think what is getting me about him saying the boys is I'm just imagining him after like. Yeah, so me and Sean Gardini are going out for ribs later. Yeah. So I'm smoking a bowl with Lemaire Lee.
I would pay to watch that.
Me and the boys.
I want to see Lemaire get high and talk about anime with The Rock. That would make me so happy.
Yeah. Yeah. So Matt McCusker's talking to me about the Crusades, and I'm saying to him.
Yeah.
Since I worked out with the boys back when I was wrestling,
mm-hmm.
we'd all work together because we were traveling together every night and going to the same gym every day or different cities. But I miss that.
He loves it. It was just like when he was training with, Stone Cold Steve Austin and fucking Gold Dust. I don't know the era too well, but you know what I mean.
No, that's actually his first match was with Gold Dust.
It's exactly the same as when a man on LSD with a long mop of hair named Duncan Trussell was trying to figure out if he could curl 40s or not.
Dude, yeah, after the workout, Duncan Trussell was probably, you guys aren't going to believe this. I saw The Rock the whole time we were in here.
There's a couple more, right?
Yeah, this is cold plunge.
This goes on. It's like 15 minutes of The Rock just being like, man, it was good to be back in the gym with the boys. The boys were really, the weights got me fit, but the boys got me mentally fit.
Yeah. I think this was almost 3 hours or just under. Yeah. This was more than half of the episode was talking like this.
Oh, did they get back to this?
Just the whole time, just talking. Then they started talking about fighting and stuff like that. But
yeah. That's where I tapped out, I think.
It was the same energy the entire time.
Yeah.
The entire time. But here they are talking about cold plunges.
But we did it reverse today. Was it because how come we did it reverse today?
Well, those guys are not really ready to get in the cold plunge first.
They're not ready.
That's
don't
next
dive
level.
In first.
Yeah, that's next.
Look at the Rockies getting my guys. They're not ready yet. Come on, you're not talking about my guys like that.
No, the guys I saw earlier, they can definitely go cold plunge first.
You're talking my beautiful dogs aren't ready. He's got all the references down.
After the sauna because it's easier because your body.
Hey, Shane. He died like a dog, didn't he? Huh? You know what I'm talking about.
Died like a dog.
Up and there's a certain amount of relief when you get into the cold water because you're in that 185 degrees for 20 minutes.
Yes.
When you get in that cold, then your body relaxes. And I just did it. I just want to get him accustomed to doing a sauna. Impressed the shit out of me. 3 minutes his first time. You did too. 3 minutes your first time.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
It was awesome. You just stayed calm.
Hey, just happened to be one of the boys.
He's happy to be one of the boys. He's talking to one of the most famously jacked people in the world. I'm like, dude, you did great.
There is a dodgeball level comedy here.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like if it's fucking Gillis, Tony Hinchcliffe, Duncan Trussell, Brian Simpson, and The Rock.
Yeah, they're the average Joes in the weightlifting competition.
Yeah. There's something here. Shane, I'm going to text Shane, I think. Get to work on this. There's a buddy comedy budding here.
Yeah, The Rock is Patches O'Houlihan.
I think that's Rogan because they all look up to him.
Oh, that's true. Would The Rock be the bad guy then, maybe? He'd have to be.
I guess, yeah. I'm seeing The Rock as a Vince Vaughn type. Like we don't even realize how jacked he is. He's just kind of their leader. Like they all look up to because he's one of the guys.
He happens to be one of the best dodgeball players ever.
Yeah.
That's the thing to do, right? You get in, and I heard you coaching the boys.
Mm-hmm.
Breathe.
Yeah,
they're good.
Just accept it.
Just accept it.
I heard you coaching the boys. That's what I like the most. These are men in their 30s. Duncan Trussell's got to be in his 40s, right?
He's old, yeah.
And he keeps it the boys, the little tykes.
It keeps going.
Right?
Next is keep them going.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. I'd never done that before, and it was great. You know what I also loved? I noticed about the guys.
This is when you're in high school and you're talking to your buddies. You have a crush on a girl, and you just keep. And this is what Amanda said in class today. It's like, yeah, we weren't talking about that, man. We were trying to move on.
So you know what the thing is? The Rock used to play football, and then he went into wrestling, and he's always working out with people. And then he got so fucking famous, he had to build a gym that he works out in alone.
Sure.
And this might be the first time he's seen someone lift something in front of him in years.
And here's what I mean. Shane made this joke about Jamie, and I got to tell you, I mean, it tickled me. And that's what listen to the giddiness again. I hope the people watching are understanding, because there's an intangible here that maybe I'm not portraying correctly, but listen to him talk about the guys with such glee.
Play.
They're feeling good. They're feeling great about themselves. And I think pretty much all of them said, "Hey, we're doing this tomorrow, right?"
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Can you go back a little bit? I want to
really kicks your ass.
I just want to hear him introduce that again.
That before, and it was great. You know what I also loved? I noticed about the guys.
One more time. I know people hate when I go back, but I gotta keep hearing, because it's such an attitude of like, and you know what else Shane did that was really cute?
And then this other time,
oh my god! And then Shane kept calling Tony gay, but Tony snapped back, and he's pretty quick. That Tony, you don't think of it, but
you can't see because you're blind. Is The Rock's actually just writing Shane's initials over and over again on a piece of paper?
He's doodling. Dwayne and Shane forever. Joe, do you think Shane noticed that our names rhyme?
No, it was amazing. I'd never done that before, and it was great. You know what I also loved? I noticed about the guys,
because he's getting that, like, don't tell Jamie I'm saying that, because I think Jamie also has a crush on Shane, so don't tell him. But you know what I noticed about the guys? He has a crush on these fellas.
The name of this episode will be The Guys.
The guys. You know what I noticed about the guys? Hey, it actually works perfectly, because Matt Rife is for the guys, The Rock is for the guys. It all ties in.
Guys are making a comeback, dude.
That's right.
Good. They're feeling great about themselves, and I think pretty much all of them said, "Hey, we're doing this tomorrow, right?"
Yeah,
it was good.
Yeah,
because when that shit really kicks your ass, you don't have to.
I want The Rock to be like, Joe, what time are you guys doing this again tomorrow? I kind of miss the guys.
Joe's like, Rock, enough.
Please go back to Hollywood.
Hey, is Shane coming over tomorrow?
The Rock posted a picture on his Instagram to almost 400 million people with him, Duncan Trussell, Shane Gillis.
Hey, Joe, is it cool if I hang out with Tony Hinchcliffe? Hey, Joe, I know you're out of town, but is it okay if me and Tony stay up late together?
How sick would it be at the Comedy Mothership if they're doing Kill Tony and then The Rock's music hits and he comes out?
Hey, Joe, the guys invited me to Kill Tony. I mean, I feel bad saying no, so I'm gonna. Is that okay if I do it?
I like the idea of Joe Rogan hating The Rock, stealing his friends.
Hey guys, you know what I noticed? I don't even know if Joe treats you guys right. No, I know, he's been good to you, and I'm just saying, like, if you guys come back to Los Angeles with me, I'm just saying, like, we could do this every day. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud, I guess. I'm being silly.
You guys think Joe Rogan has money?
Yeah, I've grossed a few billion in the box office, but whatever. No, I know he's got a Spotify deal. That's cool.
It's cool. That's neat.
He's mean girling Joe Rogan to get to Shane Gillis.
Well, if they wake up sore, who knows? Because there's a few things that we did that are their legs are gonna be sore for sure, for like the between the leg stuff and the windmill stuff. But we'll do something different tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll get them in here. We'll do something different. Keep them going.
Are you banging them out like? Would you say 5 times a week?
What?
I mean, so if I hung out with them every day, like they probably like that a lot more, right, Joe?
What's the schedule like? I just need to.
Yeah, so they're going to be here Monday. I get. You know what? Maybe I'll be here on Monday too. I'm in town.
Is there enough room for me?
So 5 days a week, you said, right? Okay, yeah, no, that's cool. I'm like supposed to be doing a movie, but it's probably not going to be anything anyway, so I can just cancel it.
I'll just delay it. It's fucking stupid. It's Jungle Cruise 6.
Yeah. It's gonna be a stupid movie. Shane wouldn't even like it. He'd probably call it gay or he's so funny.
I can't do this because I can't emotionally handle being called gay by Shane at this point in my life.
Hey Joe, you know how Shane called my movie gay? I'm not going to do it anymore. No, he was right. He was right. It would be gay of me to do that.
I'm not going to do it anymore. This is
Can we get that? Can we get that? I don't know if it fits. Yeah, we'll have to see if we can get it clean. But can we get that? Here's what I love about the guys in the intro or the outro, rather.
I'm gonna have to.
Here's what I love most about the guys.
I have to figure out where to put it for sure. This is the last one. It's Twinkle in Their Eye.
All right, this is one last one to go on. The Rock is loving the boys so far.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
And also too, I feel like if you, especially for guys like that who are just getting into it and dipping their toes into it, feeling good, they know they have to do it.
Yeah.
If they're going to add some years to their life, right, and take care of their families. But also, it was cool that
laughter's the best medicine.
As these guys are doing it, they're not, again, they're not giving up, but also you could see it kind of computing in their head, like, okay, 2 steps forward, maybe 1 little step back. You add the math and you do that every day, you're far down that road.
You're far down.
And Brian Simpson just had the cutest look on his face.
The Rock just doesn't know people anymore.
Meanwhile, the reality is they're just like, Jesus, fuck. You do this every day?
I'm going to do it again in like 4 hours.
I don't know if I'll be able to move tomorrow.
On that road. And that's what I keep telling them. I said, this is just a thing where you got to not slide off, because the slide off is the hardest part.
Yeah.
Like the discipline is very hard.
We got so focused on The Rock that we've kind of ignored the fact that Rogan has, accomplished NFL head coach energy.
Oh, yeah.
Where he's just like, well, this is just, I mean, that's what you do is you go to training camp and that's how you build men by the end of the summer. That's how you build warriors.
That was the end of it.
So I just, here's what I love about the guys. There's something soothing about The Rock's voice. And he's such a clear, like he's a man. He's obviously a man. So there's something about him saying like, here's what I really love about the guys. And knowing the group of guys just the fact that Tony Hinchcliffe is involved. And The Rock is saying, here's what I really love about the guys.
Well, I think Duncan Trussell is the biggest outlier.
You know what I love about the guys is that later tonight, one of them will be making gay jokes about Hans Kim at an open mic.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, I can't recommend the entire episode, but I think it's worth listening to at least that 15-minute chunk. Just to hear how giddy The Rock is about having some fellas around.
He is a gigantic Rock fan and was looking forward to this for years.
Yeah.
Don't listen to the whole thing. It's very boring.
It is very, well, I will tell you this, like, I was kind of interested, like, some of the, motivational stuff, whatever, like, it was boring, but there's an element where I do like listening to The Rock talk.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like, he's got a soothing voice.
Because he doesn't actually benefit at all from that stuff. It's just what he does for fun.
It's nice to fall asleep to.
Yeah. He's got that ASMR voice.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, so